Okay folks, this is gonna be a fun one. This one's gonna be an absolute blast because we're gonna be telling you what neighborhood you should live in based on the home prices and what you can probably afford. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about home prices between $150,000 and $250,000, which I know people are thinking, that's not possible. That's way too cheap for a home in this day and age. Hey, newsflash. It ain't. Here we go. The medical district is located very close to Texas Tech University, very close to a lot of other things. There's a lot of vibrancy. There's a lot of different stuff going on in the medical district. All sorts of houses, all sorts of parks, all sorts of different types of people living in this neighborhood. It does offer very convenient access to Texas Tech and the Covenant Hospital. I would say specifically, there's really not much more to say other than it's very close to those. All right, number 2 is going to be Tech Terrace. We love it. We live it. We love it. Great neighborhood. And guess what? You can buy a house there under $250,000 in this day and age. That's right, folks, 2024 election year. You can buy a house in Tech Terrace for roughly $250,000, maybe even less, but also substantially more if you're thinking about it. This neighborhood is very popular for families, young professionals, college students, professors. It is known for its charming, older architecture, just very unique type neighborhood, very close to Texas Tech University. That's why it's called Tech Terrace. You've got J&B Coffee, you got Capital Pizza, you got Good Lion Brewery. You've got the elementary school that the world famous Buddy Holly actually went to is in Tech Terrace. We get the average rental price in Tech Terrace per unit is $1,900 a month based on Neighborhood Scouts exclusive analysis. You've just got a wide range of folks. That's all we can say about Tech Terrace. Really close to the university as well. Okay, let's talk about the second kind of area that we're looking at. That is any areas, neighborhoods where prices are between $250,000 and $350,000. I would say specifically this is my sweet spot. This is what most people in Lubbock are going to be shooting for, is a house between $250,000 and $350,000. $200,000 or $300,000 might be a safer bet, but I would really say $250,000 to $350,000. Safe estimation, if you bring in a dual income of around $6,000, $7,000 a month, you should be able to get a house around this price. Okay, number 1 is going to be North Point. That's right, just northwest of the university. Very convenient. I keep saying very, I'm saying very a lot. It's a great neighborhood, northwest, like I said, of town. You got a ton of nice stuff going on there. A lot slower paced, I would say, than Tech Terrace or the medical district. Not as many parties. The students that are there are grad students. It's mostly kind of like younger families trying to establish themselves, maybe some older families, but a lot of the houses were built like late 90s, early 2000s. They still are building some new homes, but I've actually lived there in college. I lived in a 5-bedroom house with some of my homeboys that I went to school with. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. It's just convenient, especially because I went to the business school. It is in the relative vicinity of the medical school and the business school. So it was exceptionally conveniently located for me. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I mean, people that buy these houses and then update like 20-year-old houses is a really cool thing to me, in my opinion. It provides kind of just a vibrancy and youthfulness to the neighborhood, and I think that's kind of happening in North Point. So that's one to keep on your radar. Next one is Whinstone at Upland, a world famous Beaten Bow neighborhood in Lubbock. I'm sure if you've looked at Lubbock housing, you've heard of Beaten Bow. Biggest builder in Lubbock. Lots of good things to say about them. But Beaten Bow, they do make good houses. If you are thinking about buying a Beaten Bow house, or buying any house in Lubbock for that matter, please call me first. I will help figure out everything for you. It'll be me or a member of my team. My number is right here. Give me a ring first and we can go talk to builders together. Usually works way better that way. This was a Beaten Bow neighborhood, Whinstone and Upland. I actually own 2 houses in this neighborhood that I have rented out, and my dad and I own them together. And I love this neighborhood. I point most folks to Whinstone and Upland. I think it's in the best growing development area of Lubbock. It's like directly southwest towards Wolfforth. Might even be in Wolfforth. Friendship School District. The houses are just great there. One of the best things that Beaten Bow does is they offer a really good warranty on new homes. So a lot of times when folks buy a house, something breaks down, something doesn't work, they've got a pretty extensive warranty. So even if you buy a house that's 4 years old, it might have less problems than a brand new Beaten Bow house. So that's something to consider, but great houses, 3-2s, 4-2s, no 5 bedrooms, but in between 1,400 square feet on the low end and probably 25 on the very high end. Just really cool place. Definitely something to consider if you're in between 250 and 350. I would probably go for a 4-bedroom, like $300,000 house. 280, 275 in these neighborhoods would be a great first home, but great neighborhood. Here's another one, Lakewood. I love this neighborhood. Great hood. I actually own my personal residence here, and it is a fantastic neighborhood. I would recommend it to anybody. It is the least cookie cutter neighborhood you've ever seen. And if you drove around the streets there, you would get what I'm saying. If you don't, this would make no sense, and that just probably sounded like the stupidest thing you ever heard in your life. It's a really solid neighborhood. A lot of the houses have their own unique character, even though they're all kind of the classic brick, kind of farmhouse style houses. But the insides are all pretty different from each other, different layouts. You might have one that has 3 bedrooms on this side, then just an isolated master. You might have one with 2 bedrooms on that side, 3 on that side, 2, 2, 1, 2. You never know. You never know what they're doing over there. But they do vary in age, the neighborhood. That's maybe what provides some vibrancy to it, with a mix of older and established homes and brand new ones or relatively new ones. It is in Lubbock Cooper Independent School District, which people love. Can't get enough of Cooper or Friendship. We've heard it, we know it, we love it, we relay it. The combination of the top public schools in Lubbock, the low crime rates, and owner-occupied single-family homes does make this neighborhood extremely desirable. If you're in the 250 to 350 price range, definitely look here. Call me first, then look here. Okay, let's go to Raintree, where the median real estate price is $324,000, which is more expensive than 58.7% of the neighborhoods in Texas and 45% of the neighborhoods in the US. The average rental price in Raintree is around $1,700, which I think it's actually probably a little bit more. Raintree it's mostly 3 and 4 bedrooms, and I will say this about Raintree, it's probably one of the hilliest neighborhoods in Lubbock. There is actually a street that visibly goes down. And in Lubbock, if you haven't been there, that is shocking. I mean, that is an utter shock to see like a hill go down while you're driving. You're like, it's crazy. I mean, you could ride a skateboard down this hill. Once again, established neighborhood, not old, 1970s to 90s build. Bigger houses, I would say, mostly 3 and 4 bedrooms, some 5 bedrooms. Unique style. Like I said, people in the 70s did a bunch of crazy stuff. And then if you go flip them, there's a lot of liberty to do what you got to do. Tear out some walls, rearrange this, rearrange that, put that couch there. Get off the sofa, do whatever you gotta do. Really cool vibrancy to it. You might have trouble because you're gonna be finding that a lot of these older houses have, you know, some HVAC issues or maybe some electrical issues or plumbing issues or whatever. Really cool area is Raintree. Okay, area 3. Let's do 350 to 450. So Preston Manor. We've done an in-depth tour of Preston Manor. We love Preston Manor. Got an HOA in it. Now, most of the houses in Preston Manor are gonna be in the 350 to 450 range. Some you might catch on a deal now for like 340, 330. Probably not. You're looking at now seeing some 5-bedroom houses, there's probably like 8-bedroom houses in Preston Manor. There are some mansions. The houses in Preston Manor that are nice are really, really nice. And there aren't a ton of houses in Preston Manor that you're like, that one's not that nice. You really see the difference in how much $100,000 in Lubbock gets you. Just going up, bumping up $100,000 from your previous. So going from 250 to 350, big jump in what you can get. And going from 350 to 450, another leap. It's one small step for man and one giant leap for Lubbock, Texas is what I like to say. You got Friendship High School, which is very close by. They're elite competitors in a bunch of different sports. You got the Preston Manor Dog Park. You got a pool system. You got tennis courts where people play pickleball now, and that's all they freaking do. Really cool area. Okay, number 2 is gonna be Bacon Crest, which is located between Iola and Milwaukee, and between 73rd Street and 79th Street. The median real estate price in Bacon Crest is $380,000, which is more expensive than 70% of the neighborhoods in Texas and 54% of the neighborhoods in the United States. It is a really mostly owner-occupied neighborhood. Like this high of home price in Lubbock, you're really not gonna be getting many rentals just because this is a pretty high value to get a single family home, unless someone bought the house, lived in it for a while, and then decided to move out. Not a ton of rentals in these neighborhoods. The second most important occupational group in this neighborhood is sales and service jobs, with 23% of the residents employed. That means the other percentage are 1099 or independent contractors, so lots of salesmen living in Bacon Crest. Okay, Vintage Township. This one's really cool. Directly next to HEB, really nice townhome style houses that are, you know, have really nice vinyl siding to them, or very kind of cute brick feel to them. I hate that I just said cute, but that's the only thing I could think to describe Vintage Township. Tons of just vibrancy here. It's a newer neighborhood. I don't think anything was built past or prior to like 2010. I would be remiss if it was. Right next to HEB, 114th and Quaker, new Central. People love vintage. If I was a young professional living by myself in Lubbock, I would definitely buy a house here. It is just so cool. It's a big HOA. You can't do anything crazy. The lawns are all manicured. There's a really cool clubhouse where people go hang out at the pool, do their thing. There's always kids on their bikes, kids playing basketball, people out walking their dogs. It is a very youthful, vibrant neighborhood. I absolutely love it. I think it is so cool. Okay, now we're getting up to Mr. Monopoly level, $500,000 to $800,000 in price, and where you could live if you could afford that. So let's start with a neighborhood that I just sold a house to some of my favorite clients ever, Kelsey Park. This neighborhood is so nice. I wish I could afford to live there. Unfortunately, right now, I just can't. It is a freaking ridiculous neighborhood. Lots of new houses. They got this giant park in the middle of it with a huge walkway all around it. You can go running, you can go jogging, you can do your thing. You can go whip and nay-nay. You can eat lunch. You could walk your dog, but it's gotta be on a leash. It is, the median real estate price is around $500,000 with 800 single family lots and an 80-acre park, award-winning schools, and a convenient South Lubbock location. It makes it one of the best neighborhoods in Lubbock, absolutely. You are jumping into some bigger houses here. We got like 2,500 square feet, 3,000 square feet, probably 3,500, maybe 4,000 square foot houses, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 houses where people have infinity pools and all sorts of things that rich people get. Newer age, rich people, all the fun stuff that I don't understand yet. But it is a very homey, nice, safe, close to all the good schools. If you're wanting to spend this much money in Lubbock, I would definitely give me a call first or an email, and then we would go look at Kelsey Park, 100%. Stratford Point is another nice one, established in 2016, Southwest Lubbock. It's very closely resembling Kelsey Park, except there aren't as many houses there right now, but you're looking at big lots, some really modern type houses here, and then some that are just, you know, normal looking, more modest, but still very nice houses. Right by Perry's Pizza, HEB, all the stuff that Vintage is close to. It's a really nice neighborhood. And these houses speak for themselves. All of these neighborhoods in Lubbock have a general feel to them. If you're going above $500,000, one, you're balling, good for you, great job. I believe in meritocracy, good on you for killing it. You deserve it, King. But these houses are very nice. Like I said, the $100,000 jumps in Lubbock, they are substantial and you will feel them. The houses go from being like, oh, you know, this one has 4 walls and one of the walls is falling down, to like, oh, like this breakfast nook is 1,000 square feet, cool. Something like that. And if you're going 800K, please call me. Please give me an email. I'm begging you. But you're gonna wanna go to the Falls. You're gonna wanna go to Oakmont. You're gonna want to go to South or South Fork. These are all very nice neighborhoods with all you could ask for. These people have golf simulators in their basements. They've got backyards that are absolutely massive. I did a door knocking video where I knocked on doors in the Falls. I knocked on a very nice gentleman's door who was gracious enough to let me into his house and get a full tour of it, and it was amazing. The video didn't turn out quite how we wanted to because the videography wasn't as good as it should have been, but amongst other things, but it was a lovely house. And these are the houses that you're gonna be seeing in neighborhoods like this. Like, who knows how many square feet, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, multiple bedrooms on bedrooms on bedrooms, offices. You're in walk-in closets where you have staircases in them, all that stuff. If you're spending $600, $700, $800, $900,000 in Lubbock, you're gonna get something like that. You can get something like that. So that might be something to consider if you're interested in those types of things. And most of these are in Lubbock, Cooper, and Friendship School District. That is something I've been hammering on this whole time. Consider that for the definitely more expensive neighborhoods, because they're just newer, they're just brand new, and that's where the new stuff is. So if you're interested in moving to Lubbock, please give me a call. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you got money to spend and you want to buy some real estate, I'm your guy. Don't hesitate. My number's right here. I would love to help you out. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one.